Hello friends and enemies, this is Herded One, and today I'm playing the Steam demo for Your Boyfriend. This game contains explicit images and content that may be disturbing or triggering. So, Herded One, it's a mouthful, so I'm just gonna write bunny, since I'm a rabbit. Welcome, bunny, you two have fun. My life has been chaotic. My family broke out into another fit of drama, so I left the nest and ran straight to college. I got an apartment and a job, but even that has become unbearable. Working at the local Greasy Spoon diner doesn't pay the best, obviously, so finding a roommate was my only recourse to be able to afford an apartment. Now, my roommate is always bringing some dropout into our apartment for late-night study sessions. My sleep schedule's wrecked, and to top it off, the rent is late. I've heard once that if you become a roommate with a friend, you won't stay friends for long. In my case, my friendship is strained with my friend, making excuses for why they need me to cover their half of the rent. Thanks to that deadbeat, I'm working harder just to scrape by every month. Picking up a second job will drive me to an early grave at this point. The park gives me a chance to have some much-needed alone time. Closing my eyes, I rub my face and breathe out the tension from my body so that I could enjoy the peace and quiet. Just then, I feel someone sit down beside me. Startled, I turned to face the interloper.
Whoa, hey, take it easy. It's just me.
Oh, hello, sir. The stranger says, trying to keep me from leaping too high off the park bench. Oh, it's not fully voice acted, okay. You're a jumpy one, aren't you? Scooting awkwardly toward me, a shy smile creeps over his face. I keep my eyes on him like a hawk. Unsure what his intentions are, not once do his unblinking eyes stray from mine. That's kind of creepy. Dude doesn't blink. So, are you waiting for a family member or a friend? It just seems kind of odd for you to be sitting here, all alone like this, and so far away from the jogging track. A chill runs down my spine. I cross my arms over my chest and slide myself away from him, perching closer to the edge of the bench. Does a sane person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such questions? The stranger quickly picks up on my unease, refraining from moving any closer toward me. Crossing his fingers in between his legs, he smiles warmly. I mean, you don't look like a groundskeeper, or one of the old people feeding the pigeons down after doing Tai Chi. I'm just getting some alone time to myself. Things have been pretty intense lately. It's like he wants to wrap his arms around me in comfort, fingers twitching.
Look, I know this is sudden. Very sudden. But may I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
His voicing was very quiet, so I'll read it again. Look, I know this is sudden, very sudden, but if you're free tonight, can I have the pleasure of taking you out to dinner? That's kind of sweet. Can I have the pleasure? Never mind, he's weird. I can't tell if it's just him being socially awkward or eccentric. What? Why? Why is he interested in me of all people?
Well, I'm your boyfriend. Isn't that why you're here?
Well, you asked me why I was over here. So if you're my boyfriend, wouldn't you know? Okay, it seems like I don't know this guy. My boyfriend? Why would he assume we are in a relationship? The stranger sits patiently, waiting for my answer. Yeah, I wouldn't, just gonna not really answer him. I'm kinda scared. Discomforting silence grows. Unsure and confused by the situation, I can't find the words. It's just so sudden. Taking the hint, he removes his hand from mine, looking away. The stranger chuckles awkwardly. Hey, I get it if you don't want me to be your boyfriend. I just thought I'd take the chance to ask you out. Yep, people usually go on a few dates before doing labels, but, you know. If he's guilt-tripping me, he's doing a terrible job. No, I don't think he's guilting me. Well, it's just that I don't know you, so... Don't worry, I get it. I suppose I'd be a little weirded out too if some stranger came up and asked me out on a date. Flattered, but still a little uneasy. Yeah, see, he understands. He's taking my rejection well, not throwing a fit or making a scene. The stranger is almost understanding of my feelings. Yeah, I want to go on a date, it's just... I don't want to accept you as my boyfriend yet. Thank God. I'd better get going then. It was nice talking to you, though. Giving a smile and a sad wave before walking away, he leaves me alone on the bench. He faded into nothingness. He just disappeared. I watch him walk off, feeling sort of terrible for how things ended the way they did. Maybe I'll apologize to him if I ever see him again. I stay in the park a little while longer. I don't know if I should go after him or just shake it off and enjoy the rest of my afternoon. I think, like, I should probably just shake it off, but explain in more detail, like, yeah, I'm not your boyfriend, you're not my boyfriend, but going on a date and getting to know each other sounds nice, you know? I wander around the city a little bit more, visiting places I normally wouldn't. I can't get that man out of my head. It's baffling. On one hand, I'm glad that he didn't keep harassing me about going out with him. At the same time, I wish he stayed around for a little bit and just talked to me like a normal person. I mean, I was saying he was eccentric or made me uncomfortable. I don't understand the difference about, my POV. That could just be my loneliness talking. Oh yeah. People, when they're having a rougher time, kind of seek out comfort and stuff, which is understandable. I come across a local florist shop. I come across a local florist shop I remember passing on a few of my downtown walks. I've been meaning to stop in and pick up some flowers for the apartment, but could never seem to find the time. Well, I have time now, so why not? Oh, pretty! Doesn't look like there's many options, though. Stepping into the shop, I'm hit with the fragrant, combined scent of the various flowers inside. I wander past the colorful displays of the flower arrangements, potted plants, and small gift bags of potpourri? Potpourri? I had a particular purchase in mind. I catch the scent of roses from a rustic wooden shelf display. That doesn't seem that rustic, but yeah, sure. Being mindful that some still have their thorns, I reach out to pick one up. A hand brushes against mine. I snatch my hand away, catching a glance at the other person. No, stand your ground. You're the ruler of the flowers. You see, this is... You can't show weakness in a flower shop. Those are the rules. Ah, it's this guy. Oh, fancy seeing you here. The man from the park beams at me before pulling the rose out. I didn't know you shopped here too. I don't. The stranger places a finger over his lips. Shh, it's a small shop. There's no need to raise your voice. His comment rubs me the wrong way, but I try to compose myself. He looks so genuinely worried. Are the shop owners gonna kill me or something? Did you follow me here? Is this a pure coincidence, or should I be worried? What? Of course not. He looks a little hurt by my accusation. I come here almost every day, you know? That's a relief. He fumbles around with the rose in his hands, eyes focused squarely on the ground. I love flowers. This little shop is the only one nearby, so I come here a lot to see what's new. To see what new bouquets they have made, and if any are on sale. I admit that sometimes I get a glimpse of you through the window of the diner that you work at. Lately, I've been meaning to walk in to finally say hi, but I lose my nerves and stay out. I guess that's not too bad. Maybe I'm overreacting? I guess that's understandable. It's difficult for me to notice people when I'm walking the same path almost every day, like a mindless robot. I guess that I can't really blame him for my lack of awareness. Look, I have to get going. He steps closer, as if mustering up the nerves to ask me something. I know you have no interest in me, and I get that, but can I at least see you again? Yeah, I wanna get to know you. Not on a date or anything, but just to hang out. I feel as though we got off to a bad start. Why? I don't even know your name. My name? It's a joke, really. I much prefer if you made a nickname for me. The smile on his face fades into a slight grimace. I really don't like my name. Honestly, I'd rather be called something else. Like a nickname or something. You just said that. He must have a really horrible name. Or really horrible parents that he wants to disassociate with. Taking a moment, I figured that there's no real harm in making a nickname for him. After all, it would be easier for me to remember. Well, how about... Spoonhead. Yes. How about Spoonhead? How about Spoonhead? He seemed pleased with what I came up with, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. It's not tacky or silly, it's an insult. Yeah, that's much better, honestly. Thank you. I see that the sun is getting low in the sky. Well, it's getting dark. I've better get going home. It was nice to meet you, Spoonhead. I turned to leave the shop. Hey, wait! Spoonhead calls out to me. I turn to see him smiling sheepishly. Can I at least walk you home? Ah, that's... I don't know, that's kinda... No. No, I don't want anyone really knowing where I live. His shoulders slouch and his smile fades slightly, snapping his fingers in disappointment. Aw dang, rejected twice in one day. Today hasn't been that kind to me. But how about we hang out tomorrow? You know, that sounds great. I shake my head before putting the rose back where it came from. Before putting the rose back where it came from. Yeah, there's a error right there. I work all this week, so I don't really have time for anything. Well, how about I stop by your work tomorrow? You do take breaks, right? We walk out of the shop together. Yeah, it's the crusty Ma and Pa diner. It's not that busy most days. If you just want to stop by and chat for a bit, we can. The thought of having someone to casually talk to sounded nice, but I don't want him to get the wrong message. But just a fair warning, I won't be able to talk much if you're not buying anything to eat or drink. I'll bring a few bucks then. Anything worth getting food poisoning from? I chuckle as he smiles wryly. The milkshakes are the best I've had for a long time. I'll take your word for it. I look outside and I note that the shadows of the trees and buildings are getting longer. Well, you better hurry. It's getting dark. He gives me a nod and smiles as he saunters further down the road opposite of my apartment. I watch him walk down the sidewalk for a moment before going my own way. My apartment is silent, except for the rummaging sound of my roommate's study partner in the kitchen. I shield my eyes and I walk past. They have a habit of walking around naked afterwards, and I don't even want to guess if they were dressed this time. Not bothering to turn on the lights in my room, I flop down on the bed, face first into the mattress, with my limbs spread out like a star. Relatable. Letting out a long groan, I roll onto my back and stare up at the ceiling. It was a rather eventful day. I got a little quiet time, and I even made a new acquaintance. Despite getting off on the wrong foot at first. Ugh, I'm so exhausted. I don't bother getting undressed. Instead, I pull the blankets over myself and drift off to sleep. Have an early shift tomorrow. So, Bunny, did you have a nice time with Spoonhead? Don't answer that. It's time to get up and face another day. I roll over in my bed. Every inch in my body is begging me to wake up, but I don't have the willpower to go on living. It's like I didn't get any form of rest at all. I fight the will to wake up for a moment, rubbing my eyes before sitting up in my bed. Ugh, I'm a mess. I should have, like, a laundry hamper or something. 9:12 a.m. Oh god, I'm late for work! Wait, it's Sunday though. I guess I work weekends? Finally dressed, I rush out of my bedroom, making my way into the kitchen section where I normally put my work keys.
Hey, looks like someone's in a hurry.
Yeah, no thanks to you, Lucy. I blurt out as I snatch my keys from the counter, glaring over toward my roommate, who had the nerve to look confused. Why didn't you wake me up? Dude, that's my job, to wake myself up. It's not her job. Why am I taking it out on her? My deadbeat of a roommate tensed up a little, looking both offended and startled by my sudden outburst. Why am I being a jerk? Good. Dude, I heard you rummaging around earlier. Don't pin your lazy ass on me. She tries to explain. Not even her excuses have any effort. That fucking bum. Why am I so mean? I then shake my head, focusing back on my predicament. No, I wasn't rummaging around earlier. I just barely woke up. You know I have work at 7, and you let me sleep in until 9? What kind of shit were you and your fuck toy snorting up last night, Lucy? I'm 2 hours late? That's my own fault. My roommate instantly takes offense to this, flashing me the most glorious of birds before storming off into their room. Why am I... That's so rude. That's so demeaning of me. Like, why am I... You know what? Fuck you. I'm not your keeper, and you are not my fucking dad. And I told you not to call me Lucy.
Not to call me Lucy.
Oh. Once my roommate slams her door shut, I simply scoff and made my way out the door. With any luck, she'll be gone when I get back. Maybe I'll find a more tolerable roommate then. Rushing through the front doors of the diner, I dash into the kitchen and grab my apron off the coat hanger along the far end of the wall. The aprons seem to be the only place where the grease stains don't get all over me. Fumbling to tie the apron on, I rush over toward the time clock and snatch my time card to punch in. Wait. According to this, I already clocked in. I can't read it. Who could have... My attention snaps toward the sound of approaching footsteps. Whoever it is, they're not trying to be discreet, as they carry on clanking stack of dishes back from a table.
There you are. Where have you been?
Oh. Hello.
I've been covering your shift for the past 45 minutes without the boss even knowing you're not here.
But I'm 2 hours late. I huff as I try to think of an excuse that doesn't sound as pathetic as my alarm didn't go off. But the truth is, all I have. So I tried to downplay the issue. I don't get why you're making such a fuss. We're pretty much dead on Sunday morning. Oh my god, I'm such an asshole. You clearly weren't paying attention when you came barging in. TK wipes their hands on their apron before gesturing for me to look out through the service window. What the? Are you kidding me? Why are there so many old farts here? A tour bus came along and that's what happened. Now stop asking questions and start waiting tables. TK hands me a spare notepad and pencil and nudges me out of the kitchen. Great. Here I am, hoping to have an easygoing day. So much for that. Yeah, I don't like my character. I hope bad things happen to me. I know that's a bad thing to say, but I guess we'll see if I warm up to this character. The breakfast crowd is a nightmare. Karens and redneck grandpas everywhere with something up their asses. Some even going as far as refusing to pay because I didn't kiss their goddamn feet whenever their coffee was not filled all the way, or their T-bone steak wasn't cooked the way they wanted. Yeah, T-bone steak, for breakfast. Not even breakfast steak and eggs either. An actual T-bone steak dinner, with potatoes and steamed carrots. And then, when one person refuses to order off the breakfast menu, there's a dozen more who follow suit. Such a hassle. I mean, that doesn't really matter. We're at a restaurant. Why couldn't the elderly people be more like my grandparents? Pleasant and polite. The last one of the great generation. Not these entitled boomers. Eventually, the crowd starts dying down. Most leaving to do some sightseeing. others staying to order more coffee or lunch. At least, these are the kind of customers that mind their own business and are far more focused on eating or talking. That's fair enough. Staggering into the kitchen, I let out a long sigh and rest against the wall, finally able to take a moment to relax. Ahem. I know you want to get off your feet, but you missed a table. Can't you do it? I don't feel like having someone toss their oatmeal at me. Again. I would, but you owe me for covering your tables for an hour. Damn it, they had a point. Yeah, I do owe them, and it sucks that I had oatmeal thrown at me. We should kick them out for that, but... With a groan, I lean myself off the wall, try to straighten up my posture, and stumble back out. Okay, I know that I'm pausing to say so many things, so much hate towards our character, but... Come on. Scanning the booths, I check all the tables I already had gotten, matching their faces and orders table by table. I don't think I missed any. A voice chimes in from the booth to my right. Hey there, stranger. Oh. Hey, I was hoping you'd show. Oh, thank God. I was hoping you'd show. Today has been insane. I've noticed. He chuckles, looking around the area. When I saw this place packed to the brim with people, I figured I'd wait outside until the crowd died down, and get the chance to give you a little break. Oh, that's sweet of him. Well, you're a lifesaver. I sigh in relief, taking off my apron. Honestly, I didn't think things would be so insane today. First my alarm doesn't go off, then I owe TK my hours since they covered my shift most of the morning, and my feet are already killing me. Anyway, I'll let TK know I'm heading out for my break. Hopefully they're merciful. Spoonhead... I forgot I named him that. Spoonhead doesn't say anything, simply giving me a little nod. I walk back into the kitchen area, hanging up my apron just as TK approaches me.
Oh, and who was that?
They take a glance out into the dining area before returning their attention to me. Him? He's my boyfriend. It's crazy because we just barely met yesterday and he asked me on a date, right out of the blue. I thought he wasn't my boyfriend though. This is confusing. They don't seem to respond well to this, and they give a little frown. That's rather quick. Hey, I'm just messing with you. He's just a guy I met yesterday. We got off on the wrong foot, but he seems okay. He sees me working here now and again, so I told him to drop by and say hi sometime. So he's just here to see you, right? Actually, he's here to take me out on a little break date. We might stop by my place and get lunch before coming back. I don't want him knowing where I live. Don't let people know where you live, especially if you recently met them.
Oh, so it's serious then?
Exactly my thoughts! They try to look as though they aren't bothered by this. No, of course not. We're just hanging out, that's all. Promise. TK seems troubled, attempting to keep a forced smile on their face. I guess. It's just that I was kinda hoping that maybe I could treat you to lunch sometime. Bless their heart. I know they kind of have a thing for me, though things have been so crazy, I don't think dating a coworker would help out. Well, I gotta get going. I don't want to lead them on. Well, I gotta get going. I mutter awkwardly, starting to shift my way over toward the diner area. They give a small nod in understanding, tucking their hands onto their apron pockets. Yeah, well, don't keep him waiting or anything. Just be sure to make it back in about an hour or so. I don't want to cover any more of your shift today. Sorry for the accent, it's just the only one I really know how to do. No worries, I'll be back before you can say, "Dear God, where is Bunny?"
But I say that all the time, and you still don't show.
I like them. Okay, you got me. Heh, just don't take too long. Now shoot! Spoonhead stands there with a bit of a blank expression on his face, almost as though he's lost in thought. He doesn't seem to recognize me as I approach. Hey, are you doing alright? He snaps out of it after I reach over and nudge his arm. Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Just a little burned out is all. I had a very late night. Late night? Do you work as a security guard or something? He shakes his head and chuckles to himself. I wouldn't say that exactly. My night hobby isn't something I can pay the bills with. I mainly test and review products. Test products? Are you a consumer report tester of some kind? Something like that. I just mainly film myself testing products like appliances, little inventions that claim to work, food, life hacks, and that sort of thing. Sometimes I have a small company pay me to test their item to help them gain exposure. It doesn't pay for a good review from me though. Huh, that sounds like a fun job. A lot better than working here. It sounds like editing and stuff like that. It's difficult. Why am I? It has its perks. So, ready to head out? Yeah, I can't be gone for long though. TK needs me back in an hour. I'm sure TK will be fine if you're running a minute or two late. Besides, it's gonna be slow here for the rest of the day anyway. I guess so. Why did I take him to my apartment? If I die, it's my fault now. I'm not blaming anyone for things happening. I'm blaming my character. Here we are. I don't think I'm the type of person that just lets any guy walk into my apartment. Of course not. You're clearly a person with class. Sort of. I roll my eyes as I reach over to unlock the door. Hey, it's not too late for me to head back to the Greasy Spoon Diner. You'd rather sling hash and run your hands through half-eaten food than hang out with me? I'm hurt. I chuckle a bit, and then he just flashes that carefree smile.
Hey! None of that in the hall.
Startled, I spin away from my apartment door. I can feel that my cheeks are still flush from Spoonhead's touch, and I try to compose myself. Jeez, you scared the crap out of me!
Bunny, I didn't expect you back so soon. Shouldn't you be at work?
My landlord looks as cranky as ever. 'Cause I don't think I could do that low voice. I have a lower voice for Spoonhead, but there's this. Around this.
And then this.
I am. I'm just taking a small lunch break. It's only for an hour. The landlord seems unfazed by my excuse and quickly turns his attention towards Spoonhead.
And you are?
Spoonhead. I'm Bunny's friend. Spoonhead says, unwavering and clearly irritated by being interrupted.
Yeah, friend. Sure.
Why are you caring about mine? The roommate always Spoonhead continues to glare at him, but the landlord, completely disinterested by the lanky stranger, turns his attention back to me.
Anyway, I suppose you can guess why I'm here.
I groan as I turn to unlock the front door. Yeah, I know. I'll talk to her when I see her later tonight, okay?
If you see her tonight. You can't keep covering for Lucy like this, Bunny. Look, I appreciate that you're killing yourself to keep a roof over her head, but this is getting out of hand.
I know that I'm running out of excuses to defend my roommate, but my mind keeps searching for them. I stop messing with the door lock when I realize I've just been playing with my keys to keep from facing the landlord. I feel like a child being scolded. But I'm an adult, so I had better act like one. I hang my arms to my side, trying to hold back a sigh. I turn my attention back toward my landlord. I know you know, but I have to put my foot down, Bunny. She's violated her contract one too many times. But think about yourself. She dumps her half of the rent on you, leaving you to work triple shifts at a dead-end greasy spoon diner. Dude, wow. Why do you care, and why are you so invested in my life?
Listen, I admire a hard-working person. I do. And yet, I get that you're trying to be nice, and you don't want to be selfish, but you can't kill yourself like this. She needs to go.
I'll look into finding another roommate. I mumble under my breath, completely defeated. I'm so tired of trying to defend her, but I'm twice as tired from having to cover her half of the rent.
Alright, that's good to hear. I'll start terminating her contract.
He gives me a mild look of concern, though through his gruff exterior, it's hard to see, but it's still there.
Listen, it's rough putting this all on you. I don't want to look like the bad guy here. My ex-wife does that to me, though. I'll make it look like I'm evicted the both of you, and once she's gone and out of the room, I'll give you the first month free while you find another roommate.
No need to look, I'm right here. Wait, why are you offering yourself up? He's just been standing awkwardly, but like, You know what, fuck it, sure. I hadn't noticed that Spoonhead has been straightening his posture, as if trying to size himself up against the landlord in a silent game of male dominance. That is, if you don't mind me moving in. The landlord doesn't seem terribly keen on this idea, and looks at me with a glint of objection.
Really? Because I'm already throwing you a bone with one roommate. There won't be a second chance.
Spoonhead's offer catches me completely by surprise. I'm speechless, but after seeing the landlord's cynical glare, I reach over and take Spoonhead's hand into mine. Yes, really. The landlord shakes his head in disapproval, but deep down he knows that this is probably easier to deal with in the long run.
Fine, have him come by my office after you two are done doing whatever you two were going to do, and I'll get a contract signed up. But I want his references and the financial information first. I don't need another deadbeat in my building.
Okay, thank you, sir.
The name is Don Williams, kid. But just call me Mr. Williams. I need to get my damn head examined.
That's fair. God, thank God he left. That voice is so tiring. He grumbles to himself as he heads back to his office, finally leaving the two of us alone. Well, here we are. I extend my arms out as if showcasing the layout of this place. Walking in, he scans the apartment, looking rather pleased with what will likely be his new living space. Not bad. Not too bad at all. A little bigger than my apartment, so this is an upgrade for me. He looks back toward me and clears his throat. Hey, sorry for putting you on the spot like that. I didn't mean to butt in your conversation and deem myself as your new roommate. I just thought it would be an easy way to get that gorilla off your back. Actually, it's not a terrible idea. It would make things a lot easier for me. That and you have a decent job. But I think I should get to know you a little more first, okay? So don't get packed up just yet. Smart move. I won't go deflating my air bed just yet. But what about your current roommate? I think it'll be fine. She seems like the kind of person who will land on their feet. Yeah, I feel a little guilty though. Maybe she's not all that bad. Fucking land- Oh god! Why'd I give her an accent? Okay. Spoonhead turns his head, letting out an irritated groan as he glares over at my roommate as she bursts through the front door. Lucy, hey, you're home! Oh, not for long. I was gonna hit the bottle, but it seems like you two need some alone time. We're just getting a lunch real quick. Yeah, just a quick lunch break before going back to work.
Nothing like eating out for lunch.
Excuse you. Lucy, oh my god. She makes her way into the front room and grabs up a small bag of pot she keeps tucked away under the mattress. She stuffs it down between her breasts before checking her pockets for a lighter. Well, you two take your time. Mr. Williams wants me to meet up with him about some bullshit or another. I'll be back later tonight, though. Hey, maybe you and I can have a little late night for once? You know, if you're not too tired after this. No, definitely not. I think she's flirting with me. I'll be dead tired. Probably go to bed early. My roommate huffs out a sigh as she walks over to us. Lucky you. I wish I got exhausted from a rough lunch date. She gives my cheek a little pinch. Well, I'll be up if you change your mind. I'm rather confused by this gesture. Never before has she ever expressed such a physical manner of any kind. Not even shaking my hand when we first met. Walking by Spoonhead, she leans up against him, as if she turns the conversation over toward him. Go easy with this one. Bunny needs some good wild man meat, but not a bruised body afterward, okay? Hey! She's assuming I like men. I got some lube under my bed if Bunny is a little too tight for you. What the? No! Just go! Can't hate me for looking out for you two. Go! Leave. Shoot. Closing the front door, I hear Lucy lock it as well. Clearly, she doesn't want anyone walking in on us as she did. Yeah, no. She is as bad as you make her out to be. Yeah, color yourself snookered. Color myself what? Never mind. What is snookered? After a moment of silence, I step away from Spoonhead a little, looking down to the floor while feeling both embarrassed and very flustered. I'm gonna see what leftovers we got stored away in the fridge. I say, in a hushed tone, biting my lower lip as my eyes drift back up to him. That devious glint was still in his eyes, but casually he nods in agreement. Yeah, can't send you back to work on an empty stomach. Ugh, why can't the rest of the day be like this morning? The moment I got back from lunch, this place was as dead as my dream job. TK walks up, dressed in their casual clothes and hands tucked away in their pockets. They yawn as they see me approach. You already clocked out? Yeah, I'm ready to go home and die. Oh, don't do that. I still need your help tomorrow. They chuckle, holding open the door for me as we both take our leave. TK starts heading to their car, rummaging with their keys for a moment before pausing, turning their attention over toward me. Hey, can I talk to you about something? Sure, what's up? They hesitate a bit, looking off to the side as they muster the courage to speak. About that guy, Spoonhead. I know I have no place to say anything, but I got a creepy vibe about him. Creepy? What? How do you mean? It's just that he seems like he had his eyes on us the whole time we were talking. I don't know. I don't want to brush it off, so I'll just say nothing. They shift uncomfortably where they stand, still fiddling with their keys. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow. Be careful walking home. Yeah, you too. With that, TK gets in their car, fighting with the engine for a second or two before starting it up and driving off. I understood their concern, and maybe they're right. Spoonhead just came over to my apartment, and we're already talking about moving in. I should be more careful. Dad's damn tiny. I love that name. Lucy hasn't come back yet? Odd. She's normally home at a reasonable time. Well, normal by her standards anyway. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that she isn't back yet. Closing and locking the door behind me, I don't bother turning on the lights, as I shuffle my way to my room in the dark. Opening the door to my room, I reach over to flip on the light switch. Oh, I can look at stuff. This was a farewell gift from my dad. He said he was gonna count every second of well-wanted silence while I'm gone. Of course it was a joke. Dad always had a sense of humor in his gifts. That's weird. Who keeps opening this? Aw, damn it. Did Lucy forget to pay our utility bill too? Setting my things down on my bed, I feel my way out of my room, looking around the inky void before me. I think we have some candles placed somewhere. What the? There's an intruder! What or who did I bump into? Lucy, is that you? Whoever it is, they stay quiet. Mr. Williams? Are you in here? Oh, it would be so creepy if my landlord broke in. I whisper again. My heart races faster as the silence only grows. Did I get killed? Someone wraps their arms around me, and I feel something like a wet cloth covering my mouth and my nose. I try to break free, but they don't loosen their grip. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is pretend to pass out or, like, go limp, and then they'll let the cloth go prematurely. Allegedly. Or, kind of, you know. Oh god, I'm starting to feel drowsy and weak. Who is doing this? Why? A chill runs up my spine as I feel something that feels like a kiss against my cheek. Then I hear a familiar, seductive voice whisper in my ear. Okay, that's creepy. I'm worried about what they're gonna do with me.
I'll see you tomorrow, darling.
Ooh! No! No, gross! No! 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 Okay, so in case anyone didn't hear, he whispered, "I'll see you tomorrow, darling." What? Is he? Jesus. Okay, well, that was the Your Boyfriend demo that you can find on Steam. I don't quite know when it will be coming out, but it is very interesting so far, and I am thoroughly creeped out. I know that stalkers are quite romanticized in media, and whether or not this is a dating simulator or such, do know that everything is fictional, and it's not cool. Stalking is not cool. Don't do it. If you've liked this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below a blue heart emoji to show that you've stayed for the whole video. It does mean a lot. And let me know if you want me to try any other demos, or if I should play this game once it fully comes out. But I will see you in the next video. Cue that outro.